She's misrepresenting the Republican Party. She's putting a bad light on everything here locally.
A state house candidate admits she faked her college degree. Tonight we find out why she's now dropping out of that race.
Plus, an apparent murder-suicide in Sarasota, what we now know about the victims. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Tonight, Sarasota County Sheriff's detectives are investigating an apparent murder-suicide.
It happened at a home on Crest Hammock Way in East Sarasota. That's in the Hammocks neighborhood. ABC7's Jackie Kelly joins us now with more information on what happened and how neighbors are reacting tonight. Jackie?
Scott, Jacqueline, neighbors say that they are shocked to hear about what happened. Now, one neighbor says that friends of the couple that lived inside the home went to check on them yesterday after they never showed up to an event over the weekend. When there was no response, they called the sheriff's office. Once inside, officers found two dead bodies identified as Richard and Sharon LaPrade. Although the medical examiner's office has not released a cause of death, officers believe it was a murder-suicide. One neighbor said Richard and Sharon seemed like a nice couple.
It's kind of shocked that there's an elderly couple, that just nice couple, that you think you live in a little nice community and just things happen. It's just a weird situation.
Now the sheriff's office says they believe it was an isolated incident and there is no danger to the public. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jackie Kelly, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Jackie, thank you. An update now on a story we told you about earlier involving an incident with an armed man in a Venice home. We're now learning that the man in that home was not holding his wife hostage, but he was armed and was threatening to kill himself. Venice police say the 911 operator kept that man on the line while they arrived. When they did, the man allowed his wife to leave safely, but he barricaded himself inside the home. Police say they were eventually able to Baker Act him and take him into custody. No charges are pending at this time. Also in Venice, a man is being treated in the hospital after suffering an electric shock. Police responded to Connemara Court this morning, where witnesses say the victim was on a ladder trimming tree branches and accidentally touched a power line with his saw. Police say that the man was not breathing and did not have a pulse when they arrived. After he started breathing on his own, he was taken to the hospital.
New developments tonight in the controversy surrounding the local state house candidate. Melissa Howard now says she is dropping out of the race for the District 73 seat. Her decision comes just one day after she admitted that she lied about her college degree. Just yesterday, she vowed to stay in the race, but now she tells ABC7, quote, "I have come to the realization that the right thing to do for my community is to withdraw from the race. I will do so today." She goes on to say, quote, "I made a terrible error in judgment. I am thankful for everyone who gave me so much toward my success, and I am deeply sorry." Coming up at 5:30, we'll tell you what this means for that race and why Howard could still face criminal charges.
Governor Rick Scott declaring a state of emergency for 7 counties dealing with those harmful effects of red tide, including Sarasota and Manatee counties. ABC7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live now from Sarasota with exactly what this emergency order entails and what it means for the Suncoast. Rebecca?
Jacqueline, well, what this emergency order means is that all the resources that we have in the state will be brought to these 7 counties in order to combat this toxic red tide. All along the southwest coast of Florida, marine life continues to be killed and washed ashore. And at the same time, the beaches are empty and businesses have suffered. So the governor's declaration will give $100,000 to Mote Marine Laboratory for additional scientists to assist with recovery efforts and to continue the experiments of how to lessen the effects of red tide. Plus, $500,000 will be given to Visit Florida, which works with local tourism boards like Visit Sarasota. The state will also be giving $900,000 to hard-hit Lee County to help with cleanup efforts as well. And tonight at 6, I'll go into detail and show you just how these funds will be used right here in the Suncoast. Live in Sarasota, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Rebecca, thank you. One thing different about red tide this time compared to the last big outbreak back in 2005 is the growth of social media. It's harder this time for those who try to market this area to tourists around the world. Drayton Saunders is the past board chairman of the Visit Sarasota County. He says social media certainly amplifies events, which is a double-edged sword.
When it goes viral, it goes exponential, and so managing that message just isn't a local challenge. It's now an online international challenge. And so I think you look at the community's effort to make sure that the information we give is not just accurate, but out there on all the channels that people are looking at.
Visit Sarasota says a recent survey found 3 out of 4 hotels had had cancellations due to the red tide outbreak. And for all of our latest coverage of the outbreak, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com/redtide.
Well, let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast. And Bob, showers in our near future? Or?
Some around here, Jacqueline. Talked to a captain today, too, who was boating all the way through Sarasota Bay from Manatee County southward to Big Pass and New Pass, and he said that there are still some large fish showing up in the bay, and that is not good news. He says it's still bad there, and also the west winds have forced a lot of those fish into the bay, causing some problems here. Lakewood Ranch at 3 o'clock looking pretty good, partly cloudy, but you'll notice in the last frame here, you'll start to see some darkening of the clouds, and that's an outflow boundary from some big cells that have blown up down to our south, and Lakewood Ranch looks like you're going to be the next recipient of these storms here in just a little bit. You can see what's going on. We have this trough of low pressure, which is starting to flatten out a little bit. It's still to the north of us. It pushed that high pressure ridge down to our south. That high pressure ridge now just about right here, and this is going to move up and position itself right over North Florida on Wednesday, and we'll start to get more of an east-southeasterly wind flow. We're already starting to see that a little bit over South Florida. I mentioned those storms that were around earlier near Northport really blowing up, and we'll sensitize the radar a little bit, and you'll see some outflow boundaries that were created from this. Warm Mineral Springs, Tarpon Point, getting some rain. Northport, it's lessening up there, but boy, you had a lot of rainfall in just a short period of time. There's that outflow boundary right there, and you can see another one generating these storms and near Parrish. Parrish getting some moderate to heavy rainfall right there near State Road 64, just to the east of Stony Brook and Waterleaf right now, but this cell is starting to move off to the northwest. And as I mentioned, this particular outflow boundary right here is going to generate some storms near Lakewood Ranch here and down south near Lake Sarasota in the next half hour or so. We'll have more on our forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A surge in coyote sightings has prompted the town of Longboat Key to host a workshop. Although it's not unusual to see a coyote in Florida, some people who live in that town are worried about the safety of their cats, dogs, and other pets. The town is now hosting a workshop to address their concerns and hopefully get their questions answered. Experts from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission will be on hand. It will be held at the Town Hall Commission Chamber on August 30th from 1 to 3 in the afternoon.
The Manatee County Summer Break Spot program wrapping up for the summer. Summer Break Spot provides nutritious meals at no cost to children 18 and under while school was out for the summer. The program served food at 59 sites, providing 200,000 meals to students this summer. This school year, the school district will send kids home with a backpack full of food on Fridays for those who usually don't have enough food during the week.
A lot of hungry kids come back to school. That's true throughout the school year, especially on Mondays, where students may not have food available to them over the weekend. So a lot of our schools have backpack programs where they provide students on Fridays with backpacks.
ABC7 has teamed up with All Face Food Bank and the Food Bank of Manatee County to help families in need. If you'd like to help, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com. Coming up, new details about the Utah man who crashed a plane into his own home, what police say happened in the hours before that crash.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast for the week ahead. Plus, how more sleep can also improve your social life. Those stories coming up next.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Ruggs Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event, will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The hot summer savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The Players Center invites you to explore the family dynamic in the classic story of On Golden Pond. The Tony Award-winning play opening August 9th is funny, thoughtful, and brutally honest. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. On Golden Pond is calling you.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
A Utah man is dead after he crashed an airplane into his own home hours after being arrested on allegations of domestic violence. The sound of the crashing plane woke the neighbors of the man's neighborhood yesterday morning. 47-year-old Dwayne Youd, a professional pilot, was bailed out of jail for domestic violence.
He gathered some belongings and picked up his truck. There were no indications, there was no argument here at the home. He left, and then later on we got the call that the plane had flown into the house.
His wife and son were both inside at the time of the crash. Neither of them were hurt. Youd died in that crash.
Now to the heavy rain that continues to pound the Northeast. Emergency crews rescued a 13-year-old boy who was stranded in a flooded creek in Pennsylvania. Not far from there, someone captured video of a camper floating down another creek. ABC's Emily Rao shows us how that heavy rain is turning neighborhoods into swamps.
The flash flood emergency overwhelming rescue crews in Pennsylvania.
We've had some flooding, but nothing like this.
Outside of Philadelphia, two Good Samaritans helped police officers form a human chain out of bed sheets to rescue a grandmother from her trapped car. Up to 4 inches of rain falling fast, flooding more than 20 homes and buildings. The rising water rushing in, stranding drivers and covering cars.
The water started coming in the bottom of my car, and I just had to try to open the doors, and the force of the water was pushing the door, the car door, so I just kept praying and praying.
Near Lehighton, Pennsylvania, a frantic search for more than 200 teen girls who went missing while rafting in the midst of a flood watch.
They lost their rafts, they all got bunched up. The individuals got stranded on trees, some on additional rafts.
In Baltimore, storms knocked down power lines.
This is crazy.
And in Brick, New Jersey, a state of emergency declared after 8 inches of rain fell in less than 4 hours.
All 200 of those girls, many of them found clinging to trees, are safe today. And take a look at this. More rain on the way in the next 24 hours. Emily Rao, ABC News, New York.
Well, Bob Harrigan joins us now. Bob, they've sort of been stuck in a pattern. It's just been a lot of moisture headed that way.
It's been an unusual summer over much of the eastern third of the nation. It's been kind of cold and hot, and just came out with the next 2-week forecast, and we're calling for below average temperatures over the central U.S. and throughout the Great Lakes. This trough of low pressure is kind of worrisome when it comes to these hurricanes and tropical systems, too. We saw a persistent low in the jet stream over the eastern third of the nation during Charlie, and a lot of the storms were forced to come up into the Gulf of Mexico that year. So we'll see how it plays out, but right now nothing going on out there, which is good news. We are looking at the Van Wezel webcam showing nice conditions out over the bay. I wish it was nice as far as the red tide goes, but as I alluded to earlier, Captain Colleen saying still the effects are very strong, and the sneezing, watering of the eyes, and the scratchy throat still continuing throughout Sarasota Bay. And some areas, he said, it's patchy, but a lot of it, some big fish still showing up dead now. High pressure is going to be changing a little bit. It's going to be slipping off to the north of us. It's going to be building in from the east as well and kind of stacking up over north central Florida. That will give us more of a south to southeasterly wind component throughout much of the day, but unfortunately the wind isn't going to be that strong. It's not going to be 15 to 20 miles an hour. We can use that east wind to just kind of blow everything out into the Gulf and kind of disperse it a little bit, but that's not happening. Right now we've got some big storms mainly east of I-75, but some of the outflow boundaries are starting to generate some storms right near I-75 just to the east of Osprey. The heavy rain over Northport that was there near Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda is slowly winding down now, but boy, they had a lot of rain. Up to 2 inches fell along I-75 and Toledo Blade Boulevard. You can see some of that activity now spreading closer to the coast. It's still being held off by that west wind, but you can see that outflow boundary right there. It actually started off from a storm that was into central Florida right there and then has moved all the way into north central Sarasota, and you can see some other showers firing up. That's how this one developed just to the east of Osprey. Some other storms developing there near Parrish as well as in State Road 64 near I-75. Futurecast not really depicting a lot of rainfall around, and so the initialization of this particular model may be off a little bit, but I would suspect to see 1 or 2 of those storms make it to the coast here throughout the next hour or so, and then we'll see the chance for some overnight showers, and then again tomorrow afternoon some scattered showers and storms moving from the southeast to the northwest. So there could be some more toward the coast in the late afternoon and evening, getting back to more of a seasonal pattern for us. But then dry air slips in on Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday, limiting the shower and thunderstorm activity for us here as far as the forecast goes. I mentioned that dry air. It's right here to the east of the Bahamas. That'll be working its way in, and this is in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So when that happens, we still see some storms, but they're not as intense and not as widespread. This area of low pressure has a chance at 40% of developing into a subtropical storm as it makes its way off to the northeast and some colder waters of the Atlantic. Not a big concern there. Elsewhere in the tropics, all is quiet right now. 87 degrees in Sarasota, 90 in Orlando. It has cooled down into the 80s in Punta Gorda, pretty similar in Northport, although depicting 89 right now. I suspect that temperature is a little bit cooler there. 86 in Cortez, 87 now in Venice, 89 in Mayaca City, and the feels like temperatures into the mid-90s. Currently at the airport, we have sunshine, and the dew point temperature is at 76. It makes it feel like 97 degrees out there when you factor in the humidity. For boaters tomorrow, southeast winds turn to the southwest with that sea breeze developing later on in the afternoon. Seas will be running 1 to 2 feet and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. A 7-day forecast calling for a 40% chance for mainly inland storms in the afternoon tomorrow. We'll put a 20% chance for a few coastal showers. Rain chances staying fairly low right through the weekend. Even Sunday, just a slight chance for late day storms. High temperatures right around 90 degrees. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Let's get to first alert traffic. We're seeing the roads backed up in both north and southbound lanes of 41. This is near the I-275 interchange. There north of Palmetto. Some traffic heading east on I-275 in that area as well. A little slow going at this hour. Jacqueline?
Scott, in health news tonight, Florida health officials are investigating a case of measles from a child they say was not vaccinated. The Department of Health in Pinellas County says it's working to identify and notify others who may have been exposed. Now, it's unclear how that child contracted the virus. Measles is a virus that is easily spread by air droplets when infected persons breathe, cough, or sneeze. Officials are urging parents to vaccinate their children as the only way to protect against that virus. Some good news for those of us looking to stay in bed a bit longer and catch up on sleep. It turns out not only is sleep good for our bodies, but now a new study says it also benefits our social lives. ABC's Arlette Saenz explains.
Most of us are aware that a good night's sleep can help us lose weight, become energized, and improve our memory. But did you know that sleep can also improve your social life? A new study out of the University of California, Berkeley, in the journal Nature Communications found that people felt lonelier and less inclined to engage with others when they hadn't slept. In other words, the less sleep you get, the less time you want to spend with other people, and the more lonely you feel. Experts also found what they call contagion here as well. Rested people who spent time with those sleep deprived seemed to catch the loneliness and wanted to interact less with the person who didn't get enough sleep. National surveys have shown that nearly half of Americans sometimes feel lonely or left out. Experts hope these results will help us get more sleep and more social interaction. Good sleep seems a plus in another way. Not only will it help you become healthier, better looking, and more alert, but you may also find yourself happier with more friends. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Saenz, ABC News.
Well, many Americans struggle with eating, activity, or weight-related problems as they get older. According to a recent study in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, these problems often begin in adolescence. Researchers found that unhealthy behaviors like eating fast food and not getting enough physical activity worsened as adolescents became adults. A doctor with a Cleveland clinic says obesity is hard to treat because it is a chronic condition once adulthood sets in. So the best way to address obesity is to prevent it from starting in the first place. Coming up, new images of the aftermath of a bridge collapse in Italy and why officials are blaming almost 100 car fires on kids in Sweden. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
I heard about the Dottoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dottoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dottoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Terrifying images out of Genoa, Italy, as a large chunk of bridge crumbles onto the ground below, killing dozens and injuring many others.
Yeah, rescue crews are racing against time to pull any survivors from that rubble. Officials say about 30 cars and trucks were on the bridge when it collapsed. It's part of a busy highway used by residents and tourists alike. As crews continued that painstaking work of digging through the destruction, authorities are working now to piece together what went wrong. Police say weather may have been a factor as a violent storm was blowing through when it collapsed, but a cause has not yet been determined. Groups of kids in Sweden set fire to dozens of cars in Gothenburg and nearby towns last night.
Police said up to 100 cars were burned or damaged. They did not say what might have motivated the organized and prepared attacks, only confirming that gangs of kids were involved. Witnesses told police the alleged offenders were dressed in dark clothing and hoodies. Officials say no injuries were reported and no one has been arrested.
Fire officials in Illinois had to use special techniques to rescue a man and his pet parrot from a mud pit. The Belleville fire chief said the man went into the mud to rescue his parrot and then he became stuck himself. They say it was a difficult rescue because the mud was acting just like quicksand. Firefighters laid multiple ladders down on drier parts of the lake in order to create a bridge. It took about 15 minutes for the man to be pulled out, but both the man and his parrot were reported to be fine after the rescue, just a little dirty.
Well, Philadelphia Eagles fans went to an all-new high to troll the New England Patriots today. A billboard celebrating the Eagles' Super Bowl victory last year has been placed in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the Patriots can see it. The billboard located near Gillette Stadium, so talk about rubbing salt in a wound. Now that design congrats the Eagles on being world champions, and in case you were wondering, those numbers on the back of the two jerseys, 41 and 33, do not represent the players. They instead show the final score of the game. Gosh, harsh reminder there.
Man, it's a tough league.
I know. Yeah. Still to come, the Suncoast race that's gaining national attention for all the wrong reasons. Why a state house candidate is now dropping out of the race.
Plus, why the NAACP is accusing several Manatee County school administrators of discrimination. Those stories next.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Get more for your money during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. Now lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Don't hide it. We know that sometimes emotions just get the better of you, especially at the Honda Summer Spectacular event. And we know getting a deal on the Honda Civic, a 2018 KBB.com Best Buy, can be quite liberating, especially when this stylish Honda Civic comes with Sport Mode.
Yes! Yes!
Express what you're feeling at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
I'm happy you're happy.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Civic today.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The So Clean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
So Clean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try So Clean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.